Okay, Jake Paul will box Mike Tyson live on Netflix. I wish I was joking, but I'm not.
No, that's real.
That's real. They signed that today, or at least announced it today.
Yeah.
So it's going to be streaming on Netflix July 20th. They're fighting in Dallas. The poll question today on X at 1080 The Fan. What say you? Dope, all about it. Joke, but I'll watch. Or Idiocracy, I'm out.
I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out. I can't. It's just, I like boxing. I like fighting too much, and this is a travesty. And, Jake Paul, fine, whatever. He's making some money. But, I heard today people were saying he's the biggest name in boxing. Oh, my God, no, he's not. And his fights don't sell.
Who is the biggest name in boxing?
Probably Canelo right now is probably the biggest name. I mean, Tyson Fury still commands. I mean, there's something about the heavyweights that it will always bring in the audience. But Tyson Fury is true greatness. Although the last one against Francis Ngannou kind of hurt his legacy a bit. But Terrence Crawford is probably the best pound for pound fighter in the world, but he doesn't have the drawing power that Canelo does. So, but this idea that Jake Paul is anything other than an athletic kid that's put a lot of effort into this and is fighting washed up non-boxers, and it's an embarrassment. It's an absolute embarrassment to the sport, and people are not watching. He makes up the figures. The people say that behind the scenes, all those numbers are absolutely horse crap. No one's buying his pay-per-views. And this is by far his biggest get because Mike Tyson will draw some eyeballs, and it's not pay-per-view. It's on Netflix, so everyone has Netflix or an access to a Netflix account, and people will tune into this. But he's going to be 58 years old when they fight.
Not Jake Paul.
No, not Jake Paul.
Mike Tyson.
Jake Paul's 20-something.
So Tyson hasn't fought professionally in 20 years.
No. Well, he fought Roy Jones in that stupid exhibition.
Yeah, but that wasn't professional.
No, and it was sad too. Roy looked terrible. Mike didn't look good, but he looked better than Roy.
I'm going to vote Idiocracy, and I'm out as well.
Yeah.
However,
if you got nothing else going on?
No, look, on the surface, it's dumb, and it makes a mockery of the sweet science.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
You've got a YouTuber who is fighting a boxer 30 years his elder, and the boxer hasn't fought professionally in 20 years.
Yeah.
The however part is that boxer is Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And the YouTuber is a guy we all want to see get his nose knocked into his face.
Yep. The thing that Jake Paul does better than anyone is the Floyd Mayweather thing, where he makes you want to see him get hurt, and so people will tune in.
So for that reason, this kind of works in a way.
Yeah,
I think it's going to do well for Netflix.
It's the best thing that he has done, and by he I mean Jake Paul. But I
saw where he's only fought 10 times.
Well, and it's pathetic. And the one time that he fought an actual boxer, and that's even dicey, he fought Tommy Fury, who's Tyson Fury's brother, who's again a reality star, but at least grew up in a boxing family. And Tommy Fury kind of picked him apart. Jake Paul can't box, and this is Jake Paul is a good athlete. One, he's roided to the gills, but he's a good, big, athletic kid that has put a lot of time and effort and has become a very decent amateur fighter. But if he were to fight anyone, if he were to fight any real boxer, he would get annihilated. He got beat up decently by Tommy Fury, who's not even a real boxer. And so he calls out Canelo and he calls out these guys and I don't know. In my mind, I would think that Mike Tyson at 58 years old is still going to annihilate him.
That's the intrigue of it.
But I don't know because he's 58.
Well, I know, but that's the intrigue of it.
But that's what's going to... People are going to watch because they're going to wonder if a 58-year-old Mike Tyson could still whoop his ass because it feels like he should be able to.
Yes, that is exactly right. Everybody thinks Mike Tyson is going to absolutely pummel this guy, and it's going to be great if he does.
Or is he going to do Paul going to do the Mayweather thing and try to play defense, and make Tyson run around.
And this is the problem. When Floyd Mayweather fought Paul's brother, he carried him. He didn't try to knock him out. The one time he did hit him and he was going down, he held him up. these are exhibition fights, and there's rumors of people taking dives and having agreements not to go at him. I mean,
yeah, a lot of people think it'll just be fixed, for TV.
And Tyson and Paul, I guess, are friendly to each other, and so this may be one of those don't embarrass me sort of things. It's not a real fight.
And this guy on the text line says, no offense, Suke, but as a non-boxing fan, I think way more non-boxing fans know Jake Paul more than any real boxer.
But that's fine, but you're still not paying to watch him fight. Like he claims in the company that he works for claims that they do all these numbers, but anyone that's actually involved in the sport will tell you that it's an
Nobody's watching.
No one's watching. It's a load of crap.
Well, I've never seen him fight, but I will say I think that guy's right. Because I was sitting there today, I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, what a joke. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. I actually don't mind it. And then I started to go through my head of like, because I like boxing, or at least I used to. And after Mayweather, I'm like going through boxers that I even know. And there's just Fury, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know any. Where are all the boxers? What has happened to boxing?
Well, the problem is that, again, being on pay-per-view and not getting the matchups that you want has really hurt it. And, we like, at least in the UFC, you get the best of the best. Right? You get those fights, but very rarely anymore in boxing do we get the true greats going at each other. The best example that I can come up with this is we had two of the greats to ever do it, and that was Floyd and Manny, right? And they didn't fight each other until they were both extremely over the hill. And that's a shame, because in the world of mixed martial arts, those guys would have fought 3 times while they were still in their prime. Boxing has been the biggest enemy to itself, and it's hard to find now, and it doesn't do a good job of building stars, and it's all on pay-per-view if you want to see the big ones. And so that is that is a shame, because the Spence Juniors and the Terrence Crawford, these guys are all-time talents, and you're right that outside of boxing circles they're not household names.
No.
So I'm not doubting that the average dude out there knows Jake Paul and doesn't know other boxers. But the idea that Jake Paul is drawing big numbers and drawing millions of people to his pay-per-views, it's just not true. He's a joke. He's a spectacle. And it's a shame too, because he's put in a lot of effort. When you watch him fight, he's not terrible. He beat up the vast majority of just random schmucks that he gets in the ring with. Again, old aging MMA guys and YouTubers. But if you put him in against even a top 100 light heavyweight boxer of his age, he'd get slept in 3 seconds. And so I guess maybe that's the intrigue, is can a 58-year-old Mike Tyson sleep him?
That is the intrigue. Not only that, but Mike Tyson is just intriguing.
Yes.
He just, he gets eyeballs.
Yeah.